So, geometric coming from geometry in Greek meaning measure, and geo is a Greek prefix meaning earth. So then in Greek, geometric is earth measure?
No, like different, like
No, just a measure.
no in Greek it means like
This requires further reading, I think. Alright. Geometric progression. Okay, so if you look at these sequences, what's the common idea here? They're all being multiplied. So here, each time I multiply by 2.5, yeah. So a geometric progression is when the next term is the previous, the term multiplied by a constant. You keep multiplying by a number. And again, A, no surprise, is representing the first term. And OR is what we call the common ratio, which is the multiplying term. So please note those words. Yep. Okay, let's have a look at an example. So here's a simple example. Tell me what the first term and the common ratio is. So for this one, what's the first term? 7. And the common ratio? -2. So here, if you need help getting the common ratio, you just take the second term and divide it by the first term. -14 divided by 7. That will give you the common ratio. Lee. Yeah, second term divided by... Yep. Second divided by third as well.
What would we get if we divided the third by the first?
I'll let you figure that out. You'll shortly have enough maths to do that. Next, let's try to find out a formula. So, if the first term is A, what's the second term? A multiplied by OR. And the third term will be A OR multiplied by OR again, which is A OR squared. And then the fourth term will be A OR squared multiplied by OR, so that's A OR cubed. And again, you can see there's a pattern here. We can make a formula. UN is A OR n minus 1 as a power. So this is our first formula for this lesson. Got that formula? Write this down, please. Yep. Continue. So let's have a look at an example now. Find a formula for the nth term in this sequence. Okay, just like in the last lesson, let's use our formula. UN equals A. A, of course, is 10. And then OR 2 and minus 1. Now, I know we haven't done powers yet, and we will do a lesson on it. But just to note, if you had something like x power a minus b, you can write that as xa over xb. That's okay if you didn't know it, we haven't done that yet, but it is useful to use here because I can change this into 10 times 2n over 2, 1. 10 divided by 2, 5. So it's 5 times 2 power n. It's the simplest I can make it. Let's check some of them. u1 will be 5 times 2 power 1, which is 10. u2 would be 5 times 2 squared, which is 20. u3 would be 5 times 2 cubed, which is 40. So it does work here. Okay, write this one down and then we'll do another example. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at another example. How many terms in this sequence? So here we know the A. What's the A? Minus 2. And the OR? And the N? But the way to find the n is the same as what we did in the last class. What was the trick here? This is how we can find the n. Just like in the last class. The formula is A or n minus 1 equals minus 256. I should divide both sides by minus 2. I get 128. This is 2n over 2, 1 equals 128. So now what do I do? Multiply both sides by 2. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. 256 is 2 power 8. I have to answer this. I've been waiting since Monday for this call. Monday. Don't go anywhere. Hello?
You want to go? What? Where are you going? Okay, I'm going to at 8.
What do you mean?
Let's go. How do you find what do you do you send a message to the house. I said, good, yeah. Then yeah, I think, but And only your own state is the worst state. They have better. If you have you don't have better option. What? Oh, other than which, you have free. You need to maybe she has the ability.
If you want to do it by the calculator,
Maybe only 10 minutes walking.
the easiest to actually think of is square root the number, and keep square rooting it until you get to the last whole number. So if you square root the number
Maybe what something you think that
keep square rooting the answer until you get the final whole number. After that, it's won't.
Maybe.
He told me this morning he was actually thinking
I was thinking. I thought maybe not. No. Why? What I don't need is who is it? Okay. You don't. I will pay for him and then I will take him to Chinese. But why are you going to skip on the I will tell you. What? I will tell you.
I find them
No, I find it. This is the next week. Yes. How will you find it?
Why would you want to use a calculator? It's 256, yeah, and it's 2.
So you're
Use your mind to get the power. Huh?
Let's say it's 7.
What's 7? You won't get 256.
I know, but
Hey.
wait, I'll give you one.
Why?
Don't skip the
Okay.
No, but
Do
that's
this. Without calculating.
yeah, but that's
No, with the calculator.
How are you gonna do this?
I'll show you now what I mean.
Great.
7, 1, 1, 7, 6.
That was finally the bank calling me. Remember I told you they were to call me on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Today, finally, they called me.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What would be the easiest way to find like?
Oh yeah, good question. So, previously I said 256 is 2 power 8. Now there is a way to find the 8. If you can't do it, yes. And that will be in a later lesson. But if you want, wait, if you wanted to, let me show you without using that. Watch carefully. You could guess on the calculator, but watch carefully. Watch, please.
Oh yeah.
Wait, no. 256 is 2 times 128. 128 is 2 times 64. 64 is 2 times 32. 2 times 16. 2 times 8. 2 times 4. 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, how can you do that on calculator?
That's a later lesson. Okay, next.
What were you writing?
Next, look. Look and listen. U5 is minus 16 and U6 is minus 32. And what do you think I want here? A and D. Yeah. So here we can say the fifth term, so that is A or power 4 equals minus 16, and here the sixth term is minus 32, so that's A or 5 equals minus 32. Now, does anybody have a good idea on how to solve these together? Yeah, but how? What method? Substitution would work fine, but dividing works very nicely here. A or 5 equals minus 32. A or 4 equals minus 16. And you are allowed to divide these equations. You're allowed to do this, which is very, very useful, because what happens to the A's? Cancel. And what am I left with here? R equals 2. I can take this and put it in here and get A. What's wrong?
You're right, but I just feel that you don't have to divide. You can just find R by dividing minus 32 by minus 16.
I know in this case because they're neighbours, but that's not always going to happen. A 2 power 4 equals minus 16. 2 times 16 equals minus 16. So A equals... Sorry, what am I saying 2? A times 16 equals minus 16, so A equals minus 1 then. Okay. Next now, you can probably guess what's the next formula we're going to have a look at. The sum. So Sn equals, what's the first term? A. Plus the second term? A or. And then the next one is the first term. Oh, the answer, we got A is minus 1. And this continues. And what's the last term? N minus 1. Now, does anybody have any ideas on how we could get a formula this time? In other words, does anyone remember the trick from high school, perhaps?
R. No, it's like A1.
Oh no, dude, you were closer with the R. What do you do with the R?
You...
Yes, Lee. Thank you, Lee. Multiply everything by OR. So you get OR Sn equals AOR plus AOR squared plus AOR cubed. And what will be the last term? Thank you. Now, what should I do next? Any ideas? Minus them. So AOR minus AOR, these cancel. Also, these cancel, cancels. You're only left with two things that don't cancel. What are they? A and actually minus A or N. This is OR Sn. So, OR Sn equals A, 1 minus OR N. So, we have our formula. Sn, wait a second. There's one of these minus OR of these. So, 1 minus OR of them. So, Sn equals A, 1 minus OR N over 1 minus OR. You can use this formula in all situations except for one situation, and what's that?
When the R is more than 1?
Nope.
R is 0.
Nope. Nope.
Maybe 1.
Yeah, but just go through all the classic numbers.
No, R is
0, 1, infinity. No, this is fine for all values except we can't use 1 for OR.
Yeah. Because it gets 0 in the bottom.
Yes. This is the answer. Yeah.
We can also change the R.
No. No. Now, this is a thing which I do not understand. Some students in their books had some formula that said If the OR is more than 1, you use this, and if it's less than 1, use another thing.
It's more than
Or whatever, I don't care. That is totally wrong. Totally wrong. You can use this formula in both situations. If I remember, it probably said something like, what was it, or bigger than?
bigger than 1.
Use this one, and then if it's less.
No, if it's less than R, use if it's less than
You
1,
can
use
like
this
choose.
one.
Yeah,
If
okay.
it's more than R, flip like make R minus 1.
On the top or the bottom?
Both.
R,
Yeah.
Now, somebody tell me why that formula is stupid.
same.
It's the same formula, except you've just multiplied the top and bottom by
Minus 1.
minus 1.
It's the same, right?
So,
Yeah.
why? I've never understood why some maths books say if R is bigger than this, use this thing, and if R is less than whatever, use this one. They're both the same formula.
To make the calculation easier.
Maybe, but I can trust that you can handle minuses okay. You know. Anyways, I'm not going to do something as ridiculous as that. This is the formula, just the one. This one here. So if you can write this down, and we'll look at some examples using this formula. Yep, okay. Let's look at our first example of using this formula. Go on. S6 is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus ... 32. A is 1, R is 2, and N is 6. Yes, correct. So, let's use our formula to calculate the answer. It's A 1 minus R over 1 minus R. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 63? No. No.
Huh? 63, yeah.
63 seems to be the answer. Now, I want to tell you, I want to tell you a secret. One of the things I find most annoying, if you really want to annoy me, is when I have the right answer and the student says, but my calculator says your answer's wrong. Bunk, look at my calculator. You must have typed something wrong in it, because 63 is the answer. Some time will pass, you'll find your mistake, and then, there we go, there it is there, yeah, okay. Right, let's have a look at Excel to show that this formula works. So, I closed Excel. Doesn't matter. You can trust me that this is the right answer. Right, next one. Same deal, except this time I don't tell you the n. Yeah. So I don't know the n, how many there are. What's the A?
-1.
-1. And the or, be careful, is?
-1.
-1. Yeah, and you leave n in the answer. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what we get. Sn equals A 1 minus or n over 1 minus or. Yeah, so 1 minus minus 1? 2. And there's a minus here from that. And on the top you have 1 minus minus 1n. You can multiply that minus in if you like, and you'll end up with minus 1 power n minus 1 over 2 as the formula. You can check this. What should S1 equal? What should you get for S1? Minus 1. Let's check it. Minus 1 power 1 minus 1 over 2. Minus 1 power 1? Minus 1. Minus 1? Divided by 2? Okay, what about S2? What should you get? Look. No.
0.
You should get 0. So S2 is minus 1 squared minus 1 over 2. Minus 1 squared?
1.
Minus 1. So this one also works.
Why do we need to get 0?
Because the sum of the first two terms makes 0. So we're checking that it works. Okay, continue now. Can I scroll down? No, not everybody has it. Dude in front of me just asked that question. What's the sum of the first two terms? Minus 1 plus 1? So I want to check that the sum of the first two terms is 0. Yeah.
And so they always equal to 0.
I don't like the use of the word always here. I'm checking that my formula matches the question that was given to me. That if I do use it to add the first two terms, I do get 0 because 0 is what the first two are here added together.
And well, what formula do we use if the power is 1?
No formula. Well, that's something that might come up in your coursework later. I have no comment yet. We'll come back to that. Okay, next one. Minus 1 minus 3 minus 9 dot 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 minus 729. Yep. Do we know the A? Yeah. What is it? Minus 1. And do we know the R? 3. Do we know the N? No, but we can find it. We can say UN equals minus 729. That's A, which is minus 1. 3 power n minus 1 equals minus 729. 3 n minus 1 equals 729. 3 over n, 3 over 1, 729. 3 power n, 2, 1, I could have done it, 2187. Now, we'll do this together on the side, okay? Can we go to the side? Yeah. Is it 3 power 5?
No.
6?
7.
Oh, 7. Alright, well, I'll trust you. Goodbye. I won't trust you. 3 power 7 is this?
Yeah.
Right.
How's that?
Right?
When you get something,
So n is
you have the number
7.
and the answer. So,
okay.
yeah? So you have the answer, you have 11. You don't have this. So 11.
Guys,
But you don't have to.
guys, you can work together in a sec.
So now you get the 6.
Dude, you can work together in a sec. Alright, another example now. Can I scroll down? Oh, see, because you were chit-chatting now.
About now.
I know, but still, chit-chatting. Okay, now you have it?
Yeah.
Great. Please watch carefully. The next one is extremely difficult. Please watch carefully. So this one now, I'll tell you something like the 9th term is minus 6561 and the sum of the first two terms is 2. Now, write this down carefully, watch carefully, listen carefully, keep your mouth closed unless you have a question. Okay? Right. So here we know the 9th term is minus 6561. So that means A or 8 equals and of course we're looking for A and or. A or 8 equals minus 6561. Here S2 means the sum of the first two terms, of course, which is just A plus A or. That equals 2. If you wanted to, you could use the formula, but in this case, the formula makes it longer because it's only S2. And usually, for these questions, the S is a small number anyways, like S2, S3, S4. So I find it's easy just to write it down directly like this. Now, this one is more difficult to solve. Last time we could use division or substitution to get the answer. But in this approach, this problem, there's only one approach we can take. What is the only method for solving these two equations? Substitution. Now, which way around do you want to substitute? So we have two choices. You can get the A here. You would have A equals 2 over 1 plus or. And you can get the A here, minus 6561 over or 8. And you don't have to really substitute. You could actually just say they're both equal here. So now we get minus 6561 over or 8 equals 2 over 1 plus or. Or you can say minus 6561 over 2 equals or 8 over 1 plus or. Now I'll just give you a minute to write that down because the next part I'm going to find the or. So I want your full attention then. And then there's just one more question after this and we'll finish.
Could you extend your last step, please?
From here to here.
Yeah.
I just brought the or 8 up and the 2 down. Just a bit of a swapperoo. Okay, can I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we want to solve this. This looks quite difficult to solve. But there is a nice trick to solving it. Watch the trick. I go to the side and I try to factorize 6561. So, you know, we do our, well, what goes into 6561? 3 divides into it. So when you divide 3 into it, what do you get?
2187. 2187.
2187. You can put 3 into this as well.
729.
729.
243.
243.
81.
81. That 3 makes a 9 there. 3 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is it?
Yeah, 27. 3
Yeah.
times 27.
Oh, sorry, 3 times
27.
27, and then 27 is 3
and
times 9, and 9 is
3 and
3 times 3. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's go back to the equation. This here, minus 6561, I can change that into minus 3 power 8 over 2 equals r power 8 over 1 plus r. And you realise, oh, it's almost matching up. If I could match up the left and the right, I could see what the r is. So, to help match it up, what I'll do is I'll bring the minus down. Now, is it matched up yet? No, because on the top I have a power 8, good, but on the bottom I should have 1 plus a number. And here, do I have 1 plus a number? No. Very good. I could have 1 plus minus 3. Now, when you look here at the left and the right, you can see what you've done is, on the right you have your equation, r8, 1 plus r. And on the left you have an expression which is the same form. 3, 8, 1 plus minus 3. Ah, it's not the same form. There's one mismatch. What's the mismatch?
Negative.
Yeah. These two should be the same, correct? So therefore here these two should be the same. Are they? No, one's a minus and one's a plus. But there's an easy way to fix that. How?
You just, like if the term below is negative.
No.
R minus 1?
No.
Minus 8.
No. Just change it to minus 3. Why am I allowed to do that?
Because, like, it would be positive anyway.
Doesn't matter, because it's a power 8. It doesn't matter if there's a minus here, so I can just put the minus there. Now they're the same. So what's the r? Minus 3. And then I can get the a, it's 2 over 1 plus r. 2 over 1 plus r. Minus 1 is the a. I did tell you this one's hard, so finish writing this down, please.
So,
Yep.
where did you get the 3 from? Like the minus 3?
That came from on the left when I figured out 6561 was 3 power 8.
No, not the 3 to the power.
Oh, this minus 3.
Yeah.
I need to write it as 1 plus a number, so I rewrote minus 2 as 1 plus minus 3, because that is the same as minus 2. You see, what you're doing is you're manipulating the left to try and make it the same as the right, and then you can directly see what the or is by just comparing the left with the right.
Okay, and one more question.
Yeah.
What difference does it make, like if you take the minus on the numerator and put it in the denominator? Does it make
Nothing. You're allowed to do that for free.
And like we don't.
No problem. No, you can move minuses above and below. That's for free. Wait. I want to give you the questions to do for homework.
Are they both negative?
No. If there's a minus on the top, you can move it to the bottom. Right.
Can you wait?
Oh. Guys, are you going to write down my questions? Thank you. Right, so I want you to do, write down these questions for homework. Thank you. Listen carefully, I'm only going to say it once. 1B, 2B, 3B, 4C, 5B, 6B, 7B, 8C, 9B, and 10. 10 is just 10. Do we have calculator?
Can you just give me a second?
All right. I was going to say, where's my wallet? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Projector.
The number 8 is really tricky.
Number 8?
Yeah.
I know, I said it was. I wasn't lying. Yes.
Where should I find you?
In my office. You know my office? I don't know the number of my office.
Oh, the D building?
I don't know the number. It's
The one above Sylvia's office.
yeah, there's only 2 offices up there. It's the first one beside the toilets. You go up the stairs, the toilets are on the left for the ladies, and it's literally the first
Yeah.
door, yeah. Have you got this?
I'm writing the value for.
I'll give you 20 more seconds. Yeah.